Hello everyone! Welcome back to another video where I'm gonna talk about Blink-182. Alright guys, we're getting closer. I mean, we've been edging since October, right? I want to talk about two things today. First, what we've gotten so far, informations, video clips about the new album and stuff like that. And second, if we're about to get the best Blink album they've ever made, and what I expect the new album to sound like. So let's start. The new album has to be turned in at the end of January, as far as Aaron Rubin said. That's the engineer of the new album. To explain that, it means the boys have to be done with creating the songs. They have to be recorded and they had to be handed to the label. But end of January is only a deadline, and the deadline can be reset. So I really don't know. Maybe they're gonna meet the deadline, maybe not. All I know is with the Untitled album, they had problems to meet the deadline and they were out on tour and finalizing the Untitled record. But I don't think they want to finish the album on the road again. That was the case with the Untitled album, and I bet that was very, very stressful.
Oh, I'm so fucking stressed.
But what about the statements from Tom that this is going to be their best album so far? Do you think so? I think Tom is excited about the new Blink stuff. That's cool, but he usually is before putting out new stuff. So he's always telling things like, oh, the new stuff is so punk. Oh, it's so sounding like We Don't Need to Whisper. And then it's kind of not sounding like We Don't Need to Whisper really. So, but don't get me wrong, I think it's great that he's excited, and that's important, and we will see. I really hope we're getting some interviews soon when they're done with the album, because we got one single and that's it. No more information. I mean, very few informations, but really not that big of an insight or something like that. But let's see what we've gotten so far. But can the album be the best of their career? I'd rather not set my expectations too high. But don't get me wrong, I think they're still able to write great, unique songs, but it's impossible to top their old albums. And that's not even meant musically, although that's hard as well, but especially for nostalgia reasons. I mean, we've grown up to their music, it's in our DNA. But let me talk about what the album may sound like. I really don't know how to feel about the production, because of course they won't sound outdated. They can't put it out an album that sounds like 2003, but newer productions mostly lack in natural sounding. In there, it's always so overprocessed. And hearing Travis drum clips, like the drums sound good, but listen to the snare drum, for example. It's so low in pitch. It's like, that's very popular in newer music, in newer productions. And yes, it's punchy as hell, but it's not, it doesn't have that much of character like higher pitched snares. Listen to older Goldfinger snares and new Goldfinger snares. I like the higher snare, and Blink always has used higher snares back then, so I have a little bit of a bad feeling about this, that it's going to sound like Machine Gun Kelly and stuff like that, newer productions, because of course it's Blink composing their stuff and they can choose like, yeah, let's make an album that sounds like Enema of the State, but it's not going to sound like Enema of the State because of the newer production. All right, hello, I'm sitting here editing the video. I had some issues with those lower pitched snares, but after watching all of Travis' drum clips again, I noticed that they tried a lot of snare drums. A lot of them were kind of low pitched and deep sounding, but others were maybe sounding a little bit higher. So I hope we get an album with interesting drum sounds, just like the Untitled album, and yeah, that would be cool. But I do believe they can make an album that's interesting and have a great sound. I'm very looking forward to it. Let me know what you think in the comments. So that's just the drums. What about Tom's guitar tone? I really don't know what to expect about the guitar tone because we haven't heard anything and seen very few. Just his guitar, and guitar alone isn't really making any difference. It's maybe the pickups and the amps, but I don't know what he's going to use. I personally didn't like the guitar tone on Neighborhoods because it was so Angels and Airwaves sounding. For me, Blink guitar tone was always more punchy and aggressive, so for Angels and Airwaves the sound was good, but not for Blink, at least for me. So I hope it's going to be a little bit more punchy and aggressive again. After listening to Etching, I don't think to hear any guitar on the album. I'm just kidding. I know that this all maybe sounds a little pessimistic, but I am very positive actually that they will create a cool piece of art. But Tom saying this is going to be their best album over and over again, I really don't think it's just the music for us as fans. You can't top an album like Take Off Your Pants and Jacket or Untitled because it's so in our DNA. But I just try to expect not too much and nothing at all, because then I'll be able to just take it as it is, as it comes. Yeah, but I want to end this video with something positive. So maybe it is going to be their best album. Who knows? Why not?
You can't top an album like Take Off Your Pants and Jacket or Untitled.
Yes, nostalgia, I know, I argued the other way around a minute ago. But I know they have it in them, what it takes to create a great album. It's kind of crazy that it's only their second album with Tom's new singing style. When Neighborhoods came out, I had my problems with it because it reminded me so much of Angels and Airwaves, but I mean it's like 11 years ago, so after all this time I'm used to his new singing style and I can just take it as it is, and I'm really looking forward to it. But let me know what your thoughts are about the new album. These are exciting times. We all should appreciate it that Mark, Travis and Tom doing another album together. I mean, if you had asked me last summer when Tom will be back, I would have said maybe like 2030 or something like that, or maybe never. But now he's here and they're doing another album in the same room together and a world tour that's pretty crazy. I'm very excited and happy about this. I was just pointing out my preferences in this video. Things I've always loved about Blink: punchy guitars, natural drums, nice vocal harmonies, and of course I hope to find these elements in the new album again. Please leave a thumb up and a comment down below and maybe a subscription, so we see us in the next video. Bye bye.